Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show. Welcome back for the Wednesday edition of Second Breakfast. Sorry I couldn't be with you yesterday morning. I had a dentist appointment, and now I'm back in the saddle doing some painting and some chatting and some chilling before I go about my regularly scheduled duties. I said duty. I just almost finished the cargo containers for the giant cargo ship that we're working on. I think I did a really nice job of grunging up the place, making them look a little used and abused. There's four of them. They all look the same, except this one had a defect in the gangplank landing ramp there. I don't know if you can see it. The print didn't come out, so I decided to fill it with an oil spill. The new Army Painter, what is it called? Oil stains effect paint. And it's shiny, it's oily, but I could have got the same effect with honestly black ink or black paint and a black wash because their old washes are kind of glossy in some respects. So I made it work. Now I'm going to start working on. I have the other doors to put in, but I haven't decided whether I want them to be completely white because they're going to face the interior of the ship, and I don't know if I want the red, white, and blue theme inside the ship or not. Haven't decided. I want to click them together and see how it looks, and if I think it'll look better with just stark white on the inside, but grunged up a little bit as well. But now I've got four of these engine modules, and of course I've done them up in bright red, just a rattle can. But now I'm going to grunge these up because they shouldn't be pristine, and I'm just going to start with some black paint, throw it in places where it should be, like the sides here, just to break up all that red, and in the shadows, the exhausts, the vents here as well. I don't know why they would have vents here like this. Everything should just be going out the back, right? But I guess they um, thought it would look cool. It does look kind of cool, but is it necessary? Does it make it? I don't know. But and then when I'm done with the black, I'm then going to hit it with like pistol metal, gunmetal, something like that, to scratch up the paint and break up that. And then maybe I might hit it with a red wash to get into those little nooks and crannies there and on the roof or on the top section, just to bring out some of the details that are in it. But that's going to use a crap ton of red for these four. Maybe I could see using a bottle and a half just on these four engine modules. And unfortunately, Gnomish Bazaar is taking a little break for whatever reason. They didn't really specify. That was back in April. Maybe I'll check later today and see if they're back online and if I can make an order. It's the beginning of the month. I need some more um, the dry rust. I'm going to need more red wash, and of course, I'm always looking for new technical paints, new special effects to jazz things up, make them look a little realistic. I recently picked up verdigris. Never used it, but I do use a lot of brass, so I guess I really should break this out for those golems that I made for the Dungeons and Laser super stretch goals or stretch goals. There were these big, like armless golems or legless golems that were walking on their arms, but there was a lot of brass on them, and of course the Land of the Giants set looked like it had a bunch of that as well. And then of course I picked up a whole bunch of neons. I was showing Callie the other day these. I don't know why this one. Well, this one actually says neon, and I think it's an air. Yeah, this is an airbrush color. But the rest of these power node glow, radium glow, plasma coil glow for all your space marines, and then data system glow. Basically neons, but for the war paint line. And I really dig these bright, vibrant colors for things just like data screens and power plants and things like that to make them look like they're using some sort of otherworldly energy source. I've tried a lot of other neons and even just good old fashioned Dr. Martin's orange and yellow ink to get really vibrant yellows, but I think I'm going to start going with the neons. I also picked up something else that was kind of spiffy. I don't know what it was. Could have swore I picked up something else. And Cal, this is the Tesseract Glow. It needs to be shaken up, but this is one of the greatest neon greenish colors because it's kind of like a green neon contrast paint that really works really well. Basically like the Necron color, but I'll see if you can see it. It really the light here is not doing it justice, but uh, definitely worth having. And I've had this bottle in my collection for years, and I still haven't used it up because you just use a little bit at a time. Although I do need to get that into a dropper bottle. I just cleaned up another half dozen or so dropper bottles because I recycle those, and I'm pretty sure I can pull, like I said, I can pull the label off of that and put it on an empty one of these. Throw in a couple of mixer balls, which would be a great help because this stuff separates like it's its job to separate. So let's get started. I shook up the black earlier off camera, and I'm going to water it down with some dirty paint water because it's black and I want it to look grungy, and I don't actually have a clean bottle, clean cup of brush cleaner paint. But no matter, it's that's all I'm going to be doing today is grunging things up. So dirty water. Oh come on, I can't. I just use a couple of drops, but the drops are dropping on my table and not into the water. And because it's a Viejo and it's an old bottle, it's invariably going to be thick and pasty. But to me, that always says like there's actually more paint in the bottle. Kind of like when you get like Rit dye or something like that, you need to water it down a little bit. So I look at it as being like a concentrate, if you will, and then I can add water to it or flow improver or something like that and get a little bit more paint out of the same, you know, bottle and the same purchase price. And it's already starting to look exactly like what I want. Although I'm going to probably have to do a second coat because the water is making it run off the raised surfaces. Although maybe that's not a bad thing. I can just go over that with silver. But see how it's already breaking that up, making it look less just like someone just hit it with a can of spray paint. I was actually thinking about it's very much like the red dwarf color, and I was thinking about that when I was spraying these yesterday. How I always not just love that show, but love that opening sequence where Lister is painting the outside of the ship, and of course, it makes no sense because any liquid would just probably freeze up out there. And I'm going to do the engine cowlings. Mostly black. I'm actually going to make it look like the red paint is burnt off. That's really, really wet, really watered down. And then I might actually use one of the neons to make the engines look lit up. Hey, what's up, Mike? You know where the link is? You want to kick back and hang out for a while? I'm not sure if I want to do that or not, in case the ship is, in a landing. You know what? I'm going to do it anyways because even then it could just be like it's firing up the engines, getting ready to take off. I think that'll look kind of cool. And Mike, happy to let you know I have almost all the packages boxed up, and they should go out this weekend. I kid you not, the stack is almost taller than I am, and I'll be sending those out this weekend. Like I said, if I can manage it, we've got like a really busy weekend. Jackie's got his music class, grocery shopping, and something else is going on this weekend. So of course it's got to be Saturday when I need to get up to the post office. It's kind of messed up our post office. Well, it is open on Saturday, and that is a blessing. It's it's about 20, 15, 20, 30 minutes away, depending on traffic, and it closes at 2:30. So that's kind of sucky, but what are you going to do? Oh, that's not going in there for some reason. You see that? It's black. Everywhere I go with black, I'm going to hit it with dry brush of gunmetal, and then in some places I may even hit it with the rust because that does really make it look weathered. However, because I'm running out, I may be limited to where I can do that, and if I can't do all four engines properly, I'll have to wait. I know I could buy the same bottle of paint elsewhere, but Gnomish Bazaar, in addition to being like very local in California, they have great prices. Almost everything I buy is about $3.49 a bottle. And I was watching a video last night, as a matter of fact, about hobbies that have been ruined by rich people. And I already knew a lot of what the guy was going to say. About like things like thrift store shopping and baseball cards and comic books. And I was absolutely blown away with concert and sporting events ticket prices. Like $1,000 to go see a football game? You've got to be kidding me. For that kind of money, you could rent a park and hire a minor league team, so to speak. I mean, right? You would think, or at least be able to do something just as cool for a day. I mean, but then I looked at the guy talked about concert tickets. The last concert ticket I bought was $25. My wife bought the tickets to see Blue Oyster Cult, but the concert before that I saw with a couple old friends a long time ago. This is to give you an idea how long it's been since I've been to an actual concert. Was Rush for the Roll the Bones tour, and yeah, I all my friends have had two favorite bands back in the day. It was either Rush or ACDC. Two bands I really, for the most part, except for maybe like breaking out 2112 or Moving Pictures, which was just a freaking awesome album, no matter who you were. Kind of their tour de force, their seminal album. This is their greatest hit album. Up until that point, and if they did something bigger, badder, or better, I am unaware of it. It was like this was the height of their career, as far as I'm concerned, back in the '80s. You had Tom Sawyer, Limelight, Red Barchetta. You know, literally, there's not a song on that album I don't still love. But them, they just got too preachy for me. After uh, right around I think Grace Under Pressure was it. I was like, yeah, I don't care. About your political opinions. I've got mine. You've got yours. You're in a different country, and you know different ideas, different values, that sort of thing. And I don't come to rock and roll for that, progressive rock, whatever you want to call yourselves. I just you don't care. Just make a cool song, make a cool story, like they used to. Tell me a story, will you? Um, Something cool, something interesting, something fantastical. Not this world peace hippie crap. Not that I'm against that. I just don't believe it's possible in our current lifetime situation. Blah blah blah. Maybe someday, but I don't think I'll see it in my life. I hope you youngsters out there get to see it, but I will not be sitting on a hot stove waiting. I'll be busy painting goofy ass miniatures and talking to you folks, or doing family stuff, of course. We'll call it 2 down and 2 to go on this. Nice and sooted up. It's going to look a lot different. I'm actually not going to, I'm just going to use a black wash here and then rust it up. Hey, what's up? Bubba, you know where the link is if you want to join. It's at the top of my Discord. Uh, Glad you're feeling better, or at least I hope you're feeling better. And, seriously, dude, if I would have known you were in the hospital, I would have sent you a strippergram or something like that. I'm sure your wife would have loved that. This girl shows up and you got your family all sitting around. Is Mr. Bubba here? I've got a special delivery. Your family would hate me, but it would be funny, right? So how's everybody else, Bubba? You guys all doing well? Getting into the swing of almost summer. I kid you not, it hasn't been over 70 degrees all spring. It's like my heater actually went on this morning, and I'm like, you're kidding me. It's freaking spring. Summer's going to be here in what? Next month? And we haven't had. I live in the desert, as you guys know. So if it's not freezing cold, it should be boiling hot, right? No, no. You'd think not this year. For whatever reason, it's just not doing its normal thing. I used to joke that we only had 2 seasons out here, winter and summer, because as soon as spring hits, about 18 minutes later, it's 100 degrees. Not this year. I don't know why. I hope that doesn't mean we're going to get an extended summer, into December or something like that. Personally, I think the calendars got screwed up a long time ago and we should fix them. But what do I know? I'm just a California goober, right? But so is Mike. So I'm in good company, and had a good game last night with your buddy Timmy. He'll probably talk about it over on DM James's show later this afternoon. I'll try and stop by there if I can, but it's getting harder and harder to justify uh, spending all day on live streaming. Who do we have here? Mike, how you doing, man?
Hello.
Hello.
I had to do my hair real quick before I came on. So
And now we've got Bubba. Hey, Bubba, how you doing, man?
I'm doing.
Yeah.
if you're gonna have more pretty people show up, I don't know.
Yeah, I could play some Marilyn Manson for you if you like, make you feel more comfortable. That's really never going to happen, but it's funny. Never was a fan of his.
Black covers.
So, what are you guys up to this fine morning, afternoonish, depending on where you? Well, I know, Mike, you're the same time zone.
Picture.
What are you painting?
More battle mechs.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But
Dry brushed silver on top of gunmetal in it, just to make it shiny spots. Yeah.
yep, I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing the black for these engine modules for the giant spaceship I'm working on. Hit them up with black. Don't have to be neat about it. I could be sloppy because wherever the black is, I'm just going to draw it. Like right here, I kind of screwed up. Could you see? Whoop. On this one side, of the other side over here, it kind of got a little oversplash, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going to hit dry brush silver over it to make it look, burnt and used up and grungy and covered in soot. And so it doesn't have to be neat or tidy or.
Is that for that one big long spaceship that you had?
It is, and it's not as big as I thought. I really thought it was going to be like 2 or 3 feet from the image, but no. So what I'm going to do is since it's a 3D printer, and she said I could, like, if any parts were broken or anything, she'd print me up new ones and charge me whatever. And I'm like, well, what if they're not broken and I just want more, engine
Yeah,
engine, mostly it's made up of these modular square like single rooms, and if I have her print me up like 4, 6, or 8 of those things, I can make the ship longer. I can make the ship wider. Make it kind of like graph paper. Each little module makes it one thing bigger, one room wider, and that way I could make it different sizes and even different shapes. Instead of it just being a long thin thing, I could make it more stocky. I could make it whatever, because everything is modular with these
is it
little
28
clips.
millimeter or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And so I could just have her print me up some extra pieces, or I could just buy a whole new ship, which I kind of thought about doing as well, just to get a complete set instead of making her go to like a special order or whatever. Just order another one, do the whole thing all over again, and then whenever I want, I can make whatever kind of ship we need, or two, because I'll have the two cockpits, which I could also use to try to make the ship have two front end cockpit looking window sections, because it's really it's like 4 or 5 or 6 rooms total besides the cockpit and that, like, kind of like engine room. So that's you walk in and you're already done exploring it, and we kind of want to get that sort of alien Nostromo feel. At least you found an empty cargo ship and you're going to explore it. Well, if after 2 rooms you can see the entire interior of the ship, that's not really spooky. You're like, okay, nothing to see here, let's move along. So I figured if I get more, and to be honest, if I went really crazy, I could get like 3 or 4 of them and make the entire ship cover like a dinner table, and that way they could actually get lost inside it. One wrong turn, uh-oh. Of course, storing it is going to be an issue, because going that big, that would be a little crazy. But if Jackie's going to continue having games in the sci-fi vein, and I don't mind it either. I'm enjoying painting it.
Well, that's what we hope. We hope that our kids would want all our stuff, but
I got all $1,000, man. They're not interested in that shit.
I got lucky with the one boy, and I'll probably never see grandkids because he's only 17. But if all that stuff doesn't get tossed or sold after I croak, and his wife or kids or whatever start digging through boxes and seeing this shit, there's a good chance that it'll go with 3rd generation. Hey George, how you doing, man?
That's not work. That's not shiny at all.
So hey, did any of you guys catch RPG Elite's role playing game role playing video?
No.
No. Okay.
I really watch videos on the gang stuff. People other.
Well, he's one of the few that I do watch. Not as much as I'd like to, obviously, because I'm trying to do like you and watch less videos. Period, and get shit done. I'd rather, you know, listen to some music or have like a movie playing in the background, even if it's one I've already seen. George, you know where the link is
That's
if you want to join us.
that's mainly what I've been doing lately. Is listen to music. I can't do shit. So
I'm sorry to hear that,
stuck.
man.
Well, I don't really have a lot of places to go. You don't think you have a lot of places to go until you can't go nowhere, and then suddenly you got these places to be. You're like, man, I just want to go have
We don't actually have a donut joint anywhere with a donut that's less than like $3 a donut, and I'm like, fuck
a
that.
donut.
Damn.
Argument now has been is in the death of all the decent Chinese places. They've been replaced by a horde of shitty Mexican restaurants.
Yeah,
No,
it's like every donut place we had was a Chinese food place as well.
what?
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Awesome. Place in Huntington, up towards Barnesville, it's Jolly Pirate Donuts and Giro's. Like the best Giro's effing
I've
ever.
never actually had one, but I take your word for it. I've never had a gyro, whatever. We had one back in Orange County. It was called the Mad Greek, and it was right next to the head shop that I went to. Never went in, and then it got turned into, or was right next to, White Castle. We had one just for a little bit, and I went in for my old man wants to get White Castle, and I'm like, these are crap. What? I mean, literally, the kids' burger from McDonald's is better.
Chicken
You know?
rings are the best thing at the White Castle. White Castle is only really good if your shit tastes at 3 in the morning, kind of like Waffle House.
Okay.
I always call them colon bombs. I get a sack in him back to come back from Cincinnati. I get home and I'd be cleaned out. So, but I'd only crave it when it was 3 sheets to the
Drinking.
wind. Yeah.
What's up, Chris?
We're getting a slider place over in across the river. I'm actually excited. You guys ever had small sliders?
What do you mean?
I'm building
Oh,
one.
I
Big drop container buildings and sell sliders and actual deep fried waffle fries. Looks good.
we have a couple of places. Jack in the Box started making sliders. An 8-pack of sliders for $25.
That seems a little high. That sounds like California.
It is a little high. They're really good, and they microwave up real good. If you can't finish them. And what?
We got rid of our microwave.
Really? I know we should do that too, but it's not going to happen. The wife and grandma, they do more cooking in that than anything else. Whereas I bake everything.
That's like cooking.
I know. 100 years from now,
Vibrating your food.
100 years from now, our grandchildren are going to be wondering why we all gave birth to mutants and reminisce or teach in history class of the great microwave ban and in 2028 or some crap.
And
That is what I keep seeing videos where, like, if you microwave this particular food, you will have pancreatic cancer.
I think are exaggerating. That's all clickbait.
Oh, of course. I mean,
Clickbait theory. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I can't have it. I don't want it in the house. we got rid of ours about 2 years ago. It broke, and I told the wife I wasn't replacing it. And if she wanted one, she'd have to go buy it and put it up on the shelf for damn self. Ergo, we never got one. He wasn't going to take it out of the box and lift it. So
You're kidding.
no. Sometimes you just got to be a dick. And
No, I don't mean you. I mean her.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's short.
You make it sound like it's a refrigerator or something that weighs a ton. And
I'm not those stupid shorts, so it would be a major task to get it up where.
oh, okay. I didn't know that. For some reason, I thought your wife was kind of tall.
She's 5'1".
Oh, okay.
Walk behind me, photography or video. She's hyper self-conscious because she's a big woman for a while. I stay warm in the winter.
I actually saw a short the other day about guys making fun of their short wives and spouses and girlfriends. I thought was hysterical because I've always liked short women as well.
Yeah.
But my favorites these days are the does height matter? You know, these guys will ask women, does height matter? And they say, of course it does. Would you mind getting on the scale? Fucking love that.
No love for. Damn, stay away from that scale. Wow. I'm going to Las Vegas because they're outside. I was like, man, I'm down for one of them burgers. You just want to look at those girls. I was like, I want them burgers. Actually,
right.
Unlimited French fry bar.
I mean, at our age, literally, you know, we've seen hundreds, tens to hundreds of thousands of women wearing damn near next to nothing. And if you ever have Spanish television on, you can multiply that number by another 10 because, you know, they have no shame. And that's our, you know, culture, you know. If you have a show on, it doesn't matter what the show is. It could be the fucking news. There's going to be like 2, 3, or 4 women in bikinis in the background just cause.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I'm not even exaggerating. It's fucking hysterical. And you would think that they would understand that, you know, if you really,
they understand fine, I think.
No, I mean, if we really, really wanted to watch, you know, women, we can. You know, it's not hard to, you know, to click on a couple of buttons, and next thing you know, whatever you want to see, you can see. If it's a freaking restaurant and it's a brand new place that neither of you have been, it should be a given at our age.
I was there for a work thing, and I just man. Greasy,
same here, dude.
Sliders, man. I'm all about it. I still haven't made my way out to Maysville to try this hippie burger place.
I think it's 2 years running. I institute Friday burger night, and to the point that even my Friday night game group, they'll ask me how my burger was. Knowing, you know, it's fucking Friday. It's burger night. I don't fucking care what holiday it is, what's going on. If I got to make them at home, that's fine. Pound of hamburger, cut it in half for me, half for Jack.
She likes my wife's a smash burger. She likes them thin and crispy. Like I'm like a juicy fat burger, man.
Yeah, you know, I saw that smash burger sort of trend come out of nowhere, or at least, you know, for me, it came out of nowhere. Like a year or two ago, and I'm like, what the hell is that? Does that mean it's like a big giant freaking burger they got to smash so it fits? No,
they're just kind of thin, I think.
I'm like, okay, so now I want 4. Now I want. So instead of wanting a double, I want a triple or a quadruple now.
Right. Or you can get a double because they put a lot of damn cheese on it, and or a triple with the cheese between the layers of a smash burger is ooey gooey goodness.
Yeah, but doesn't it kind of sound to you like kind of like a scam where they're getting us to want less?
Birth of having less. came around because of rationing. That's a 1940s thing, man.
Really? They've been around that long?
Yeah.
Dude, I'd never heard of them until about 2 years ago. We were doing the car show at our local park. Well, Jackie, he was volunteering. He volunteered for the 4 years of JROTC each year, and it was a lot of fun. And there'd be these food trucks, and one truck pulled up, and smash burgers were on the side of the thing, and I'm like, "What's a freaking smash burger?" And I got one, and I'm like, "I hate this."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's like pizza.
Just a hamburger.
Pizza, but I like pizza.
Sure thing, Bear. Give me just one moment. Back in a second, gentlemen. I think Bear wants to join us. He could just say, "Hey, man, link." You fucking send him the damn link.
Yeah, we got a local chain.
I called it. I'm just going to put the link, Bear, in the chat, and as long as I can see your smiling face in the window, you are welcome to join. Anybody else? You know the rules. No, what the shit?
No pants, right? That's your rules. No pants.
No, just the opposite.
Oh.
For me, I can get away with no pants because I'm not standing up. I'm really, I to be honest, I am surprised it never happened to other people or didn't happen to more people. What's up, Bear?
Not much. I was listening to your rant about why you don't like smash burgers. I'm absolutely shocked that Shadow has an opinion that is completely contrary to most human beings. That never happens, ever. You're the most
I just like a thicker burger.
That's fine, dude. Listen, the smash burger concept, like Bizzlebub was saying, has been around forever. In fact, here in Quebec, we have a chain of greasy spoons. In fact, most greasy spoons do them this way. We have a chain called the Belle Provence, and that's what they do. And I'm telling you right now, a double burger with cheese and bacon with those little thin patties, but just, oh my God, it'll do you right, son. It'll do you just right.
There's just something about the meat gets the crust.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
The reason you want crust on steak with the burger.
I totally get that because we do like to barbecue, but I also just like the idea of some of the meat, not being that way.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
I'm on the I'm juicy and kind of rare in the middle.
I'm getting to that point,
Can't do that in Canada anymore because
Really?
the thing with because E. coli lives on the surface of meat, right? So when you cook a steak medium rare, the outside's cooked, the E. coli dies. But when you grind up the meat together, you're putting the E. coli in the ground beef, and then if you don't cook it through all the way, that can live, and therefore people can get sick, and people can die from E. coli, right? So they just about 20 years ago they said, "Fuck it, restaurants aren't allowed to do rare burgers anymore. It has to be medium or better," just to avoid potential bullshit.
Yeah, makes sense.
Sure.
But hey.
Where it's blackened and it's just red in the middle.
They attribute a lot of stuff to my city that isn't my city. You know what I mean? They just call it that, but it's like, nope, that has nothing to do with what we do here.
I thought about the cooked charts. I'm like, I had steak on accident, and it wasn't bad. It was just a crunchy rare.
Well, it's like a blue, if you ever get a blue rare steak, I mean, for fuck's sake, they just show it to the heat, look, that's the stove. Okay, now to the table. So did you guys go rush off to Back Necrotic Gnome's new Old School Essentials expansion that came out today on BackerKit? Yeah. Well, it's BackerKit. You can do that instead.
I didn't even hear about it, but a buddy of ours, Squirrel, sent me OSE. I looked through it. I went, it doesn't really do anything that my other books don't do, and
this isn't actually OSE the game. This is a new update called the Demonic Grimoire.
Yeah.
So, good for them, I guess.
Yeah,
It has Grimdark's dying, so I'm kind of like, yeah, that's kind of weird. But I'm happy with
Sorry,
that.
I couldn't hear you about Beelzebub. You got a horrible echo. Say that again, please.
I think they added it as Grimdark's dying. I think it's like a trying to get the Grimdark people or whatever. We're a little bit edgy.
Well, 130,000 raised already today, and they just started like 3 hours
that's
ago.
not bad.
So I think
That's not bad at all.
I think, and they got 30 days left to go. I imagine there's still some grimdark out there. I don't care for it, but
Yeah,
some
I'm
people
just
really
hard
do.
on it. We all remember when it was like a new thing, and you'd only have like one person in the group that wanted to take advantage of it. That one, a hole or lone wolf or edge lord, and that was fine. But like party after party after party of nothing but that,
Well,
yeah,
it's adolescent, right? Like the grimdark edge lord lone wolf plays by his own rules. Like that's an adolescent behavior pattern for a male. So it's like some people grow out of it and some people never do, and the ones that never do tend to still be dressing like they're 15 going to a heavy metal concert at 50, and it's just the way
this
life
guy.
is. Well, I wouldn't call you an edgelord, not by a long shot. You're still an antediluvian hipster as far as I'm concerned.
To be honest, I wear black for more reasons that are not all of that crap.
It's
You know,
slick.
it's slimming. I've always had trouble with my weight, and sometimes just wearing black helps burn a few extra calories. But more importantly than not, when I got to see that image of Einstein's closet, white shirts identical, black slacks identical, I'm like,
Yeah.
yes. But if he was really smart, he would have just had black shirts too, and then he would never need bleach or pressing or any of that crap. Could throw it in a freaking washing machine, pull it all out, boom.
So it's like diet clothes. I get it.
Yeah,
Diet.
it does
There we
work.
go.
It does work, especially when you live in the desert. You go outside wearing all black, and in an hour you need a shower.
Dude, I have so many gray shirts. I went from black to gray, so I wear a lot of gray now. It's neutral.
Yeah, they used to be black though, right?
Nah, I have a few like that. That fade.
Okay.
I was talking about the other day when I came out, all my OD green shirts were orange and white, like they've been tie-dyed just from sweat, from basic and stuff. I'm like, I hate to buy new clothes, so I kept them for years. They're like, oh, that's a weird tie-dye. No, that's sweat. That's what salt will do to your clothes eventually.
Well, that's the downside of black as a cloth is you eventually wind up with those salt lines on your shirt that will never come out, and you're like, well, I guess I can't wear this anymore since I've got like geographic patterns. Sorry, what? Homemade what?
Unless it's part of your base coat, if you wear
base
layers,
coat.
then you can get away with it.
Base coat.
You're dry brushing your clothes with sweat.
Yeah.
When I get gaming shirts and stuff now, like t-shirts, I go for that vintage acid wash. They have that vintage acid wash option. All my Dragon Slayer shirts, and I'm looking at getting a couple Battle wear when we play Battle. Since I'm not allowed to get a uniform. I've always joked about having a DCMS uniform to go to tournaments and stuff.
Oh, that's
yeah, make a uniform.
It reminds me of that rule in the SCA where you're not allowed to like pray or pretend to pray or grasp an amulet before a bout. You ever hear that?
SCA guys and me we didn't get along too well.
Me neither. Yeah.
I did it for a couple of years and I couldn't keep up with it.
Yeah, I know a few people who do it, and I have nothing against them. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, must be your really historical reenactment of the Middle Ages without things like, I don't know, misery and oppression and the plague.
Dysentery
just fuck off. Like, stop acting like you're some sort of like historical. Get the fuck out of here.
It's only a little bit cooler than Civil War reenactments.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I'd still rather hang out with the Civil War reenactors because they're at least going
Really?
to tell me real stories about the Civil War. You know what I mean?
I
There's
mean,
lots
because
of
They're like cool tales.
our SCA guys and the Civil War guys kind of overlap a lot.
I know I give them shit because it's funny, and it's like half the the group really can't walk around with that gear on amongst regular folk because they're gonna get misunderstood. It's like you're never gonna see World War II reenactments. Really?
Yeah, they have those. Dude, the first sergeant out here at our reserve there that were he collected tanks and did reenacts and
I could just see that Newport Beach, a bunch of GIs standing in the water waiting for the whistle.
There was a place in Oklahoma that did World War II reenactments with paintball.
Oh, interesting.
Well, yeah, sure, but
See, what I'm looking forward to is either the Vietnam War reenactments where you just hang out in a really hot place banging heroin, or alternately the Cold War reenactments. Those I'm really looking forward to. What are those? We just dress like it's the '80s. That's what we do. That's it.
reclaim bunk, drink coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Reenactment. Some people love it. God bless them. It's cosplay of another color, and I would still rather deal with them than your average cosplayer. I'm just saying.
yeah, that's true. That's more like.
well, it depends, male or female.
Doesn't matter.
Really?
That type of a detention whore does not I don't care how good looking she is. My brain just goes, you are so fucking damaged that she stops being attractive to me and she just becomes something I dislike. It's like women who get fake tits.
Ooh.
I don't care how good they look. Your fucking brain is so fucked up that you did this horrifying invasive process to yourself so people could look at you. I've known plenty of small titty girls in my life. Some were strippers, some were, adult film actors who all knew how to make themselves look good without having to have silicone shoved under their fucking skin.
What was her name? Pamela Hensley?
Yeah.
Makeup at best.
Yeah.
But oh my God. From Battles, Buck Rogers.
Princess Adalis was also on Matt Houston as C.J. Parsons.
Okay, I never watched that, but
Oh,
she was absolutely stunning. And the outfits that they put her in, gotta say, man.
No. Clothes make the man, clothes make the woman, right? So, you can dress well and look good. You don't have to start doing surgical alterations to yourself to be attractive, Look at that poor girl from The Boys, Starlight. You go back and watch the first season. She's a good-looking 20-year-old blonde chick. She's not my type, but she's cute. Now go look at her. She's got all this fucking work done. I was watching the new episode this morning and listening to her talk. She sounds like she had a stroke because her face has been paralyzed by all the Botox and everything else she has. She's got going on. It's like, what the fuck? This chick's in her 20s.
Yeah, I thought they recast her for a minute when I was seeing some clip. I was like, what?
Yeah.
It looks, totally different.
And then she lies. I haven't had any work done. Bitch, we have pictures of your fucking first season nose versus your this season nose. Come on. It's a little Michael Jackson twist there, lady. Come on.
Wow, that's fucked
up.
up.
Michael Jackson thing. I got a conversation about the Michael Jackson video game. It's like, why is he rescuing all the kids from people in suits?
My wife, I kid you not, has been watching Michael Jackson videos when she gets home from work for the last 2 weeks straight. That's her thing. I don't know what started it.
Rebirth. Consumers or
it's Gen X. It's our fault.
It's our fault. Everyone's pushing.
It's our fault. Remember. See, okay. So everyone likes to get online right now and talk about how cool and badass Gen X we're the feral generation, and we are. We have those aspects, but they also forget we had a shit ton of preppies and fucking squares in our generation. You know what I mean? And they listened to the garbage and they dressed like garbage, and now they're money people bringing it all back, which sucks.
Everything can be monetized. Everything.
Right.
Can be monetized. I figured they would bury Jackson though, but
no.
Can't
remember. Can't bury the king of pop. Plus, the whole thing is that the white community turned on him, but the black community never did. The Latin community never did. Right. So all the ethnic communities still they think they still to this day. I used to work with a bunch of guys who were like Michael Jackson heads, and they were like, "No, man, it's all just bullshit that Sony did. And it was all stuff that they paid people to lie about. Like it's a massive conspiracy theory. Fuck, Razor Fist is part of it. Razor Fist did a bunch of videos on the Michael Jackson conspiracy. You know, me, I like his music. That's all I care about.
He had a couple songs I liked when he was black, but after that, not really.
So, as an ex-girlfriend of mine once said, she said, everybody, no matter who they are, has one Michael Jackson song that'll make their feet tap, even if they won't admit it. And it's like, you know what? That's fair. You know, Elvis was the same way. Everybody has one Elvis song that they'll hum if they without realizing they're doing it, because it's just that's what kings do. So was that Buzzabub?
My mother loved Elvis. That's one of my earliest recollections of memories of music in the house. It was Elvis.
Yeah, my mom was the same way.
Yeah.
In fact, most of the women of her generation,
Elvis
was
and
something
Fats
for them.
Domino for my mom.
Oh, wow.
My old man was a Neil Diamond and folk music fan, which was weird because he was really, really like straight laced, freaking nerdy as all get out, you know, when it comes to certain things. But that was his jam. And before he passed away, he was getting into country. And I'm like, okay, I can see that, you know. Growing up in Chicago and being in California, you know, the later half of his life.
The Elvis thing, though, it's like you look at the entirety of Elvis's career. There was an Elvis phase for everybody, right? So, like the Rockabilly boys loved the early Elvis stuff. You know, the women loved the middle Elvis stuff, and then the diehards hung on through the Vegas years, right? My mom was not a rock and roll fan in any way, shape, or form. She liked Elvis, but the rest of her collection was all Loretta Lynn, Conway Twitty, Freddie Fender, you know, Johnny Cash, bless you, you know, and all that kind of crazy stuff. So, I mean, I think Elvis was just one of those guys who transcended tropes or stereotypes or whatever we want to say, you know.
America's Bowie.
Yeah, no, that's a fair thing to say, actually, for his impact. I would say absolutely his impact was that big. I'd say Bowie was the better artist at the end of the day, but I'm talking specifically artist, you know, using that word as artist, not musician or singer. Bowie's best line ever was he said, "Someday I'm going to make an album just for me and no one's going to like it." And it was the last album he made before he died. And, you know, like that song produced no hits. You know, even though everyone was up in arms and, oh, Bowie died, and that song, no songs charted, you know, nothing. Because it just was something he did for himself. He didn't give a fuck what other people thought.
You think he knew?
Oh, yeah, he knew. He knew. He for sure knew. But on a happier note, Mike, first time meeting you, man. How you doing? Nice to see you.
Hello.
So are you Dimart?
Yes. I often work.
Yeah, what brings you with these reprobates today?
Well, I see Shadow gets on, and then he's all alone. So
he's used to that.
I just decided to be a +1 every once in a while.
Aww,
appreciate
so
that.
nice.
Appreciate that,
guys.
guys.
Being a bro, man, you got his back. That's cool.
You know, I don't know how DM James does it. I mean, after like an hour, I did an hour and 15 minutes. I'm like, God, if this ever looks like this is going to happen again, I'm just going to hit the eject button.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear me talk for an hour by myself, you know?
I torture my guys. I torture my viewers now. Like, I'll go do a coffee thing. If no one joins me, I'll just start reading something, and I'll glance at the camera every now and then and go, give me something to talk about, guys. And I'll just go back to reading something. And then, you know, eventually someone says, oh, well, what do you think about this? You know? But I agree with you. It's better when you have people around.
Yeah. It's only a slight step up from dead air.
I like dead air.
I can get that, you know, without witnesses. You know, I can, you know, turn on some music and dance like I just don't care or something.
Do it. Get in your underwear and dance.
Well, now that Grandma's here, I'm more inclined to do so, just to make her freak out or leave. You know, go into her own private room. But I would never really actually do that because, you know, Not
Oh,
a
Dun,
dick.
dun, 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 dun. Man, I'm just saying,
Right.
that's all we
Yeah,
need.
just
you know?
imagine.
Nazis everywhere. How did you
Rumble, baby. Why do people fucking even touch Rumble? I don't understand it. Like, it's just Rumble is just dark. It's like when we were on James's channel, and every time you get some dickwad show, it would either be from Rumble or Twitch. It was like, what is it with those
Yeah,
two platforms?
I'm gonna have to make this apology later as well. But my last live stream, I had a guy on, and I didn't realize I actually I really like the guy. He's fucking hysterical, and we've actually played together and stuff. And I thought he was somebody completely different. And he started saying some shit and just fucking hit that nerve. And I just freaking told him to go f himself and get the fuck out of here. But blocked him and everything. And then, one of the companies that I work for, they said, that's so and so. And I'm like, no, oh my god, no, oh my god, no. So I had, I actually had someone give him my phone number. We talked, and he comes off apologizing. Right out I pick up the phone. He's like, "Dude, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "No, no, no, man. If I would have known, blah blah blah." So we're all good, but I got to have him and his partner on the show because he and his bro are two of the funniest RPGers I've ever played with. Like as a team, they make this freaking this really just they made the game fun in a way we weren't expecting because it was a play test.
You gonna tell us who
And
this person is, or do we just have to sit here and
oh yeah,
pretend
yeah,
it's a ghost?
Baron Karza. Baron Karza.
Don't know who that
Yeah.
is.
Uh, uh, and I honestly thought he was somebody totally different, and it turns out nope. I was wrong. I was a big bonehead. Uh, though he's not dead, he's regrouping until he can retake the guild.
The Guild
Nice.
of Calamitous Intent.
Dude, you get so many bonus points for any of those references. I'm watching season 5 again, and then when I'm done, I'm going to watch the entire series with the commentaries, which I've never done. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to watch. I think The Prisoner is up next. The old
Good.
60s show. I've never seen it.
Here's
Um,
a free piece of trivia for you for this prisoner. It'll really put things in your head so as you're watching it. The first episode, the pilot was done. The producers then told every writer that they were writing the second episode of the series. So all the writers handed in scripts that they thought were the second episode of the series, but were going to be spaced out over the course of the season. They didn't realize it. So that's why they did that to make sure it was more surreal and that every episode started in this feeling and stuff. It's such a good show. It's really well done. Hello, Beans.
That's an
Prisoner?
interesting
Great show.
trivia thing there about the writers.
Well, that's
Yeah,
why he always started in every episode after the first one. You hear him say, I've just arrived at the village. I've just arrived at the village. It's because they were all writing it like it was the second episode, except for the last episode, obviously, which is a whole other surreal mind trip. You ever watch Secret Agent?
I have not.
No.
So that's the series he did beforehand, right? So the whole subtext, sort of behind the scenes, wink, wink, kind of like how Sean Connery was James Bond in The Rock. Is that's the same character from Secret Agent being put out to pasture at the end by the MI6 or whatever the hell it is.
It's like a proto universe thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but back when they couldn't do that shit, so they just have to kind of go wink, and leave it up to you. Secret Agent is a good show. It's not a great show. It's a good show, but The Prisoner is it's history, man.
Kind of how Space 1999 was season 2 of UFO.
Yeah, except I hate Space 1999.
Me too.
I like
UFO. I tried watching the first episode. I'm like, this is boring. I want the purple.
Holy
wings.
fuck, eh? No joke. Like when I was a kid, right? Like I had an Eagle toy and I loved it. It was the greatest thing ever. And then in college, they were replaying Space 1999 on one of the cable channels. So I'd watch it and fall asleep. Every fucking episode. I just, it's so boring.
Literally same here. I could not get into it. But UFO, man, oh God. They talk about, or we talk about how, the 80s fashion was, tits, whatever you want to call it. The wardrobe and the fashion in UFO, some of my absolute favorite costumes, clothing designs, whatever you want to call it.
Careful,
of all
your
time.
boomer's showing.
I can't help it, man. There's just something about those suits, you know what I mean, and everything else.
Wait a minute. Shadow, UFO, shadow. Oh, a connection.
Yeah, I saw that because UFO is like kind of brand new to me. I only started seeing it 4 or 5 years ago, and I started looking into it, and I'm like,
Ah.
okay. I didn't watch it back in the day. I've only seen like the first 2 or 3 episodes, and I'm like, oh my god, I love this shit. And it's still pretty expensive as like DVD collections go, which really blows my mind if you think about it. You know, it's like $100 for the one and only season, I think it was. But I can get 5 seasons of this or 6 seasons of that for less elsewhere.
Dude, I'm still shocked at how cheap the entire series of Venture Brothers is. Blows
Now,
my mind how cheap it is now. It's like you go on Amazon, it's like what, $60 or something?
I paid
Oh, yeah.
30 and change free delivery.
Canada.
Yeah. But to give our American audience a reference point, it is dirt cheap. I actually gave away seasons 1 through 5 to a friend of mine, hoping that they'll get into it and they can get 6 and 7 if they like it. And I can't find Radiant is the blood of the baboon's heart on DVD. It's like only Blu-ray. It's freaking annoying.
You know what? I have never watched that.
The Venture Brothers?
No, I've seen clips.
Let me ask you a question. Do you like the old Johnny Quest stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like goofy, sort of poking fun at superheroes, but not mocking them, but just sort of taking like the tape and stuff like that? Did you like Archer?
Yes. I didn't watch the whole thing of it, but I did enjoy it. Yeah.
You'll love Venture Brothers. You'll fall in love with how good that show is.
The writing and the nods and the subtle little inserts of obscure pop culture things is just absolutely, every line in that show has got something in it, like some sort of like wink nod to something of yesteryear.
You'll never look at the $6 million man the same ever again.
Oh my god. It's freaking it's so, and while my son loves it as well, he hates to admit it. The wife just could. There's nothing about it she could ever grasp. She never grew up with the Johnny Quest or superhero cartoons or anything like that. Every reference would fly over her head. She sees me watching. It's like, why are you watching a cartoon? I'm like, I literally, if I had 50 years, I could not get you up to speed. Like, and
Is there a place to just watch it online? I mean, of course there is.
I do probably Amazon, but you're probably gonna have to rent or pay or some shit because it's so popular. Pardon me?
I have to double check the Prime or Tubi.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
I'm telling you, and don't let the first season art fool you, because it's the first season. Afterward, the art just gets better and better and better, the animation, until the very end, where it's like, this is, some of it's actually really quite brilliant.
Do you think it'd be something that the wife might watch?
Absolutely. There are a couple of there's nothing. Well, yeah, there are some schlongs that they're going to draw, but that's it, and it's always tastefully hysterical.
Tastefully hysterically schlong.
That's a quote.
There's no nipplage. There's nothing like that. The women are always, treated very well. All 2 of them. There's actually more.
I can just see that quote of yours being put on the back of the DVD.
Tasteful representations.
It's just funny when it happens. It's funny, and it makes sense. They could have not done it, but it wouldn't have been as funny. And I'm getting ready because I'm trying to find the right system to run a parody of that and Supernatural. Like if you took the two worlds and sort of mushed them together, and run it as a role playing game. But unfortunately, everybody's going to be getting and Bear will love this pre-gens because I have to make the characters.
Supernatural, like the
Yes,
show for
yes.
17 seasons.
Mhm.
There is a game for that.
Right, but I don't want to use it because
Yeah.
I'm using Venture Brothers stuff.
I ran across the Battlestar Galactica RPG. It was in my hard drive with all my BattleTech shit that I got off my buddy. And I was like, what the hell? That and Babylon 5.
Even
Nice.
aren't they all like what is it? Is it the Cortex, or is it what they called that, or I'm thinking something else? Didn't they also make Firefly on that same system?
I'm not sure. I
Nice, Chris.
Yes,
That
you
is
are
it.
right. It is the Cortex system. Sorry, making coffee. Listening to you, gentlemen. It is the Cortex system. Yes, except not
And
Babylon 5. Babylon 5 is a whole other system.
Cold Iron says WCO fun for cartoons, so you might be able to find it there. Um,
All
I'm
right.
telling you, you guys would. I think you would enjoy it. If I'm wrong, let me put it this way:
You're wrong. Oh my God.
if you bought the DVD box set and you didn't like it, I would buy it off you. It's really, it really is just.
Well, I
I
mean, with
learned
that sales
so
pitch, I
much
have to check
about
it out.
character development and story arcs and and telling a good story from watching that more than anything else in the last 5-10 years, just by focusing on just how well it's written and just sneaking in those subtle little member berries, I guess you call them these days.
I like it when it's I don't know. When it's done, not just to like try to draw you in to watch a crappy written show.
Oh, no.
I like like when they have little threads or member
It,
berries.
it's
They're a fun
it's
nod.
all in the it's all in the trying to tell a story of an alternate Earth that's really weird.
All right. Well, I will check it out.
I mean, hey,
Okay.
you can't go wrong. David Bowie is essentially the main villain for a good period of it.
What?
So,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it makes perfect sense. You just watch it and go, of course, absolutely logical.
Mm-hmm.
What are the two henchmen? 21 and
21 and 24.
24. In one of my heroic games way back, like 2010ish, 2012ish region area, we were doing a fight and there were some goons that got intimidated by one of the heroes.
So,
And
Sean,
one of the other players suddenly goes, "Oh my God, he's gonna get us!" And I just turned around, "We gotta go! Come on, man!" And we just turned these two into reoccurring characters through all of our superhero games. Every time there were goons, there was
Good
a
for you.
21 and a 24. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
and the way Doc Hammer and Jackson Public, Chris McCullough, do so many different voices
Oh my God, yeah.
for two guys. However, for a guy like me who's like really good at discerning who's who, without seeing them, it came to me as quite a shock that Doc Hammer's natural voice is Billy Quizboy.
Mm.
That's his absolute natural voice, which is like, wow. He chose his natural voice for that guy. And how similar so many of the voices really are if you pay attention. Cold Iron, welcome to the show, buddy.
Oh my God, it's Cold Iron
Hey, hey.
Skillet.
Well, folks are talking about Venture Brothers, and I had to ask you, have you ever played Staged Heroism?
No.
No,
Never
It
heard of it.
is
Heard of
it
it.
is a RPG inspired by and a tribute to the Venture Brothers, and it's
Okay, I need
pretty
a link.
awesome.
I'll have it. I'll buy it now.
It's pretty awesome.
it's by. Oh wow, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Let me send you the link, Shadow. I'll throw
It
it in the
is
private
a
chat here.
hoot. The system is kind of but I mean, you get past that. It's really simple.
Do you own it?
No, I do
Staged
not.
Heroism is a loving tribute to Venture Brothers, that perpetually canceled classic of television, whose fans will continually beg you to watch it while simultaneously knowing you won't. It's a show that defied blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of cosplay pictures of them dressed up like it. Oh, this is crazy. These guys are really into it.
It's
Okay.
definitely a really fun convention game. Is where I first played it. I mean, it gets calamitous at the table.
Oh, bad news, Shadow. It's only available on Drive-Thru RPG, brother.
Son of a.
Son of a. Son of a.
Oh no!
Oh, it's cheap. How many pages is it? Because it's not expensive for the POD. Yeah, it doesn't say how many pages it is. That's weird. It used to always say how many pages. Oh, 90. It's a 90-page book. Yeah. Not a lot of book in 90 pages, but it might be worth it.
Well, I'm going to give it a try on drive-through and see if they'll take my damn money this time.
Just open a PayPal account or something.
I have one. They won't take that either.
Oh my god!
They won't
Seriously.
take anything.
Did you do a scathing diatribe against fucking one bookshelf or something, dude? What happened?
No.
Interpretive dance.
The only thing I have ever said, because I've always said I love their product. The only thing I've ever said negatively was that they won't take my money, of which I would send them thousands of dollars a year. Literally, I would buy that. I mean, my budget's pretty hefty every month, and I would send them crap tons of money and buy stuff and review stuff, and they just will not take my damn money. I've tried drive-through. I've tried PayPal. I've tried different bank cards. I've tried.
Have you tried prepaid credit cards, maybe?
No, but to their credit, a couple months back, I told them about the problem, and they sent me a $5 gift card to purchase a PDF that I wanted because that's all it was available in. Like, I just want to buy this PDF. Like, okay, well, let's try this. We'll send you a gift card from us and see if it works. It worked, and the only thing I can think is that because I am close with Miguel and Sylvia or Venger at a certain time, when that was like a big hullabaloo, they went, "Oh, he's one of those guys, so he must be this way, so we must, block him." And then that person, whoever did that, stopped working there, like, 3-4 years ago.
Crazy
they,
thought. You ever thought about just making a new account?
Huh?
No, because it's my. What happens is they don't take.
Just try making, just for shits and giggles, make a new account with one of your burner emails and see if it all works for you. And then you'll have your answer as to whether you were blocked by someone.
But doesn't it? Because what happens is they say essentially my bank is refusing the transaction.
Again, make a temporary account. Just use one of your other emails and use the same banking information and see if the same problem happens.
Have you ever tried to check out as guest?
Yes, I've done that as well.
Okay.
Have you ever thought about burning sage and having like some druids do some magic on your computer?
No.
Shadow, Silver Moon, Raven Wolf.
Exactly.
Oh, it's only okay. Soft cover.
Sister Coyote.
Let's see if it goes through.
Uh-oh. Because you really want this game, Shadow. You really want this.
I want to write one, but I'm too freaking swamped with other shit.
There we go. We're throwing all the good mojo at you now.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Is this a gift? No. Well, it would be to me.
Oh.
Notice. I'm not ordering hardcover. Come on, just take my damn. Oh, I gotta punch in. Oh nope, they'll do it. I can use saved info. Okay, what the shit? Why
The
is it not?
gripping shopping adventure of Shadow.
Yeah, it's not even letting the freaking.
Shadow, I have you as an address in mind. Do you want me to order it and send
Oh,
it to you?
hold on, let me see. It's not even. Oh, that's why. Huh. It fills out. It auto fills everything except my what do you call it? Zip code. Miracle of miracles.
It worked.
Yeah.
Hey,
You mean this
Apparently
entire
they heard the part. Apparently they heard the part where I said I would spend thousands and thousands of dollars, and someone up up top went, "What are you doing?"
no, I think it was Baron Mize shamanism that did it for you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Sure. Little
Okay.
techno shamanism working out for you. There, a little
I'll
Can-Am
take it, man. I'll
experience.
take it. Don't tell Jackie, but what good news for drive through. They're gonna get sick of me, because there's a whole bunch of stuff over the years that I've wanted to pick up, and I have some of their books on my shelf already, from when they would take my money, and when I bought the AD&D reprints, freaking love them. I can still open up to specific pages like I need to go to the hit matrices. I open and there it is. Like not thumb through, but like just pull it and it opens to how after you've used the book so many times you can kind of gauge where to put your thumbs to get to the right
It's a
page. Or
very strange flex, Shadow, but I'm here for it.
you ever done that and went, oh my
Yeah.
god,
Yes, I
it's a
can
rare
literally
thing.
open up. So the Marvel Superheroes Advanced Set, I can find any rule based on knowing exactly what picture was closest to that rule in the art. Like I can just go, oh, there we are. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Mhm.
But
'Cause
again,
we've
I
had these
don't
books
flex
in
it because it's not getting me laid, so I'm not going to flex about it.
no, it's just fun. It's like, yeah, it's like when
Listen,
you
ladies, I can find the speed chart in the Marvel Advanced Set from TSR, like that. Your panties
You
dropping?
might actually get laid if you had the balls to actually say that and like own it.
Wow.
I don't.
I mean, you just might.
Yeah,
I
I don't
think
think
it
the girl that
depends
would.
on
I don't
where.
think that girl is someone I would want to get laid by. That's all I'm saying.
Why does it say that? Oh, because I don't count. I was like, it says there's only 5 people in the show, but
I gotta go. I got work calling me. Sorry, guys.
Bye,
take care,
beer.
sir.
Bye.
See you later.
Take
Thanks
care.
for stopping by, man. What the?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it depends on the crowd. If you go and use the pickup line, I'd like to dungeon master you, man.
Oh,
I
wow.
mean, the
Work.
George Costanza works, man. Like,
Someone tied up.
dude, he was like, I'm 32 and I live with my parents, but you'll never feel unloved. She dated him. Like, she was just like, all right, you've got a set of brass. Okay. And then they went on a date and I saw them together and shit. A Costanza, it'll work. Either that or you got to pull the I'm a poor broken thing and only you can fix me routine.
Oh my
Yikes. Yeah.
My wife
I-
was trying to fix me for decades. It never worked.
Right?
Taken.
She's stubborn.
I'm so complicated.
Uh,
No, I'm a guy. I'm pretty simple.
It's like I'm a deep thinker.
oh God, I'm not even gonna say what just went through my head. Are you sure she heard you right?
I mean, either way, you can find, especially in Georgia, man. Let me tell you, you find them on both sides of that aisle.
I can imagine.
We have some birds of peculiar feather.
Yeah, yeah. I've been through there one time, and eh,
Great conventions, great
oh,
gaming, but that's
really?
about it.
Mind you, it's been about 25 years since I went through that part of the world.
Yeesh.
But so
Yeah,
it's gotten better or worse.
Um, well, like I said, if you're into games, cons, and stuff like that, especially if you're into Venture Brothers, because like Techwood Drive in Atlanta,
Hmm.
like I've met Doc Hammer and Jackson Public like multiple times, or Christopher McCullough, is his actual
Hmm.
name. I've met
Hmm.
him multiple times. Like they're
Really,
always yes. Gosh, I got Venture Brothers photos everywhere in my autograph book.
you lucky bastard!
Yeah, I got Dana Snyder did me two custom
Really,
voicemails.
he is a funny guy.
He hangs
Uh,
out up there. I haven't been to that particular convention in a couple of years. It got kind of shitty after COVID.
uh-huh.
It's
For those
hurt.
of you who don't know, he was also the voice of Master Shake.
Yeah, he did
Uh,
Master Shake and he did Al the Alchemist as a voicemail.
he
And then
also
I
did something on. I want to say it was Flapjack. Don't ask me how I know, but I heard his voice and I'm like, ah. So,
he did Adventure Time and Squidbillies was one of his big ticket ones was Granny.
mhm. I miss. That's the only thing I miss about cable is not having Cartoon Network. I know that sounds weird from an adult, but Adult Swim was one of the greatest freaking
Yes.
uh, viewing experiences back in the day. So many great things that I would have completely missed. I would have never seen Cowboy Bebop. I would have never seen Trigun. I would have never seen a whole bunch of other things, and then of course
Every episode of Inuyasha ever was
Jackie
always
and I
on.
we bonded a lot over both versions of the Teen Titans when he was a little kid. He loved that. Just so many great things that until later with like Steven Universe and other things like that.
Eh,
It was literally the year that season two of that came out that we got rid of cable. It was like, oh, this sucks. If Cartoon Network is pushing this shit, we are out. And we got rid of like all the regular cable except Telemundo for grandma because we just don't watch regular stuff like that, anyways.
they did him
No,
super dirty anyway, man. Yeah, I don't know if you heard about that kerfluffle.
no.
Okay, they completely like ripped off all the voice actors. Like George Lowe was doing conventions before he died. C. Martin Croker was doing everything and conventions before he died. They literally cut them out of the royalties. And what's his name? I forget his name. The voice of Brack. He is
Mhm.
a fixture in Cartoon Network and Adult Swim history. He's driving an Amazon truck. Like they just
Whoa.
did not pay these voice actors and just put them out to pasture. So Dave Willis and everybody from Aqua Teen Hunger Force,
Uh huh.
look, just running around taking what work they can. That's why their
Really?
cameos are so cheap.
What? That makes no sense.
Yep, it was a big to do.
To save money or
I think it was some kind of legal thing, like some kind of takeover. I'm not exactly sure, but it was just the big to do of like, just like, do you know the voice of Brack is an Amazon truck driver? And it's like he does this like he just records videos and puts them online of him like singing Brack's old songs from Cartoon Planet and stuff like that. And I was like,
huh?
why is he not doing like getting royalties for the years he put into like Techwood and Adult Swim? Like that guy was a fixture throughout. He was the voice of friggin' Brack. Nope, they dicked him all over.
Did they? I mean, what did they get out of it? I mean,
Google time.
Money. I mean, that's probably why they cut him out. I mean, who knows?
always
Andy
fun.
Merrill. It just bounced back in my head.
I mean, because something like that's not going to stay hidden. People are going to talk. You know. Sean, you know a thing or two about voice acting. Maybe you could chime in here and give us a hint why you think something like that might even why they would want to do that. Do they just find cheaper people, or just figure we'll just go with new people and uh, nobody will care or something? It's uh, lack of respect for people of that profession. I mean, to me, it sounds like it's got to be about money. Them just thinking that they can,
Well, yeah, seems to be.
skate by with
Yeah,
people who work for less.
a long time ago, the people that did the Aqua Teen Hunger Force, they did a live show at some little place in Seattle, and because I happened to just be there because my wife went to a conference and I went with her. It's like 20, over 10 years ago, but we almost went to it, but they didn't have any tickets left. But I just thought it was
Okay,
weird that they did
Cold
live
Iron.
show.
For Sean's benefit, can you re-explain what we were talking about?
Oh yeah. I just found it too. I was reading the article. It was Andy Merrill, Carrie Means, Dana Snyder, George Lowe, C. Martin Croker. Lack of residuals. The older contracts were considered null and void, and they did not receive royalties for their work, leading to their own financial struggles after their shows concluded. So basically, they never got their residual paychecks from basically building the Adult Swim empire because some slimy lawyer came in there. And it was right around the time they parted ways, apparently, with Justin Roiland, the Rick and Morty thing.
Mhm.
I don't know what to think about that. I wasn't a huge fan of the show, honestly, but uh, I don't know if he did it or not. I don't want to speak to it, but I mean, I don't like the guy, and I kind of want him to get his ass kicked. But if he didn't, get slippery with women, he didn't get slippery with women. I don't want him to be falsely accused. I don't want that for him.
Yeah.
Maybe just beat publicly by men dressed in Roman armor. That'd be fucking great, actually. Like, ooh, that'd be awesome.
So the question is, why would a big time cartoon company like that screw over?
Money. It's they just voided the contracts to not have to pay them residuals because they were terminating the programming was terminated anyway, and they didn't want them to come back.
So is Cartoon Network no longer a thing?
Uh,
No,
it's gone, like gone.
gone. That's why it's stuff's on Tubi.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was gone. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a prelude to bankruptcy kind of thing, and
Maybe.
I think their microtransactions and everything are just licensed everything out. It just costs too much to have it as a station channel. Even the
Animation was not cheap. I remember Doc Hammer talking about that in the Venture Brothers panel about why it was so long between seasons. He said the animation took forever.
mhm. That's too bad. That's really too bad.
And he got in trouble for a bullshit reason too. Like he had didn't like age warning his like this is before Elon bought Twitter and it became X and everything. He didn't have some like age warning or some shit up, and he said that he was currently so poor that he was stealing napkins from restaurants, and he said he has a temporary tattoo that says Subway on his asshole, and he got in trouble for that.
Oh,
I mean, don't get me wrong, he was kind of a eccentric guy. Real nice, real sweet, but he was joking about it. I think he has a band too. I don't remember the name of his band.
a band now. From the Soulja Boy guys. Yeah, band too. I saw a clip the other day and I was like, what the?
No clue. I don't even know who that is, to be honest.
It's one of the guys from Supernatural you were just talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I've seen that Jensen Ackles or whatever. Yeah, I don't know if he has a full band.
I haven't listened to it yet, dude, because I've been pleasantly surprised by celebrity. The Bacon Brothers.
I was just thinking about them.
The guy from 24. My brain just went blank. I got these damn albums.
What kind of painter?
Houses.
A fantastic one.
I mean,
I used to paint houses back in the day. It was one of the many careers I've.
Damn vinyl siding.
No, that was before my time. I did sell Stanley Steamers door to door. I sold Cutco door to door, and something else. I can't remember what.
Yeah, that is dated there, bud. I'm just saying the Cutco.
Yeah, it's funny because I would go to the gun shows, and there would be a Cutco guy there, and I'm like, "No way, you guys are still in business?" And he'd be like, "Huh?" You know, the demonstrator. I'm like, "Here, I gave him a penny, and he's like, "Oh, okay, no problem." And he turned it into a corkscrew, and my wife and my son are like, "No way, that's amazing!" I'm like, "Yeah." And then for the next like 5 or 6 gun shows, I would go to the gun show with a roll of panties, and I would just walk by and say, "Keep up the good work," and drop a roll of panties on his ass, so he could, do the demonstration of cutting a penny and turning it into a corkscrew that would work, and then also be able to demonstrate that, and get people to buy the knives, buy the overpriced freaking cutlery or whatever. It was quality good stuff.
I never argue about chef's knives, dude. Those are
Mhm. Yep, I've got one, a Japanese one. I forget the company. I've got it nailed up like away from the stove, but I got it nailed on a wall, and everybody knows not to freaking touch it. You look at it wrong, it will cut you. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I get really weird about my kitchen utensils, man. I'm a cast iron guy. I believe stuff that should be made for the kitchen ever. Cast iron lamp.
Cast iron is inferior to cold iron. You heard it here.
Look, you want to feel it, see which one fries an egg faster.
Have a skillet.
Ham skillet.
Yeah, I'm the same way. And 6 months out of the year, the kitchen is mine. While Grandma's not here, but now that she's here, it hasn't been this clean in 6 months.
Dude, I'm not gonna lift anything over 10 pounds on that restriction, so I can't use half my damn cast iron. So I've not been
Oh,
cooking.
fucked up.
I've not been cooking as much, so the wife's had to cook. That was
The only downside of having Grandma back, honestly, and don't, I'll deny it if you repeat it, is that now all my favorite saucers are down low where I can't fucking reach them because she's like, I kid you not, she's only about 4 feet tall. So they're going on the bottom shelf, and like fuck, even with a step ladder, she couldn't get them to where I want them, which is at about this level.
Still,
Get her stilts.
get her stilts.
No. She's
Those are
moving up on 90 or 80 or something. I don't know. She's old, and I'm not going to be. I know that when she dies, it's going to be when it's just me and her in the house, and everybody's going to blame me for whatever. She's going to die in her sleep, and it's going to be somehow my fault.
I don't know, man. I heard you talking an awful lot of shit about sick of eating everything as a soup. I'm tired of everything being a soup.
Well, you missed the video where I say I only eat my own cooking. I don't eat their cooking. I haven't for years. I'll let my wife cook on the weekends for the family because she wants to. And there's a couple of dishes that she makes really well and that everybody likes. No arguments, no complaints. And that's it. Otherwise, Monday through Friday, I'm cooking.
No, it was just going back to I'd never seen you so happy though, as you were excited for your cheeseburgers every day. Like you
Oh yeah,
were
yeah.
revved up, dude. You were amped.
Oh, dude, fuck yeah. That when they do go on vacation, uh, there's just something about it. When you've got the whole house to yourself, and it's going to be like a stretch of days on end, that to the point where you can forget what day it is if you're not
Oh
careful.
man.
Just complete solitude. Everybody's going to leave you the fuck alone. If you bump into or talk to anybody, it's going to be online or going to get the mail, and that's it. It's just going to be quiet. If you want it quiet, it's going to be noisy. If you want it noisy, if you want to walk around in your underwear, nobody's going to say shit. The dog might look at you funny, but that's about it. And uh, that's for me. That's like an ideal vacation, unless I was going somewhere like to really see some very specific, like the pyramids or something like that, which probably never going to happen.
Yeah, My wife has told me he's like, you get bored eating the same thing every day. It's like,
Not really. It depends what it is, but no.
Right,
If you
right.
like it, you like it.
If it's like beans and rice kind of thing, maybe. But if it was like like if they said, okay, we're going to test you, and whatever your favorite steak is, that's what it's going to be every night. I'm pretty sure most of us could just run that into the ground. And
Probably, yeah. Probably.
yeah, because I can always have hamburgers for lunch and steak for dinner, right?
That's
Yup.
what you did. Was you were talking about I'm having cheeseburgers and I had a steak for dessert. And I was just like, what the hell, dude? Do you not get to eat? Like it's like
Well, no, it's like this. Uh, if normally you would think that if you're going to have steak for dinner, you're going to buy steaks for everybody else. But that's when they're like $30, $40 a piece uncooked out here. Uh,
yeah.
It's
yeah,
hot.
no, especially when two out of the four people are not going to appreciate it in the slightest, or even complain that it's too much of this or too much of that, or I shouldn't be eating this, it's not good for me, kind of crap. You don't want to shell out for it, but the week before they're going on vacation and I'm doing grocery shopping for my
You were
two,
plotting.
I'll fill that cart with nothing but meat and potatoes.
Taters. Reminds me, I got to prep some potatoes in here.
excuse me.
I gotta check on my taters pretty soon.
Yeah. I've gone to
For
the
me to-
new way of doing them. I just cut them in half, put them in a cast iron with butter, seasoned, and then in for 30 minutes. That's it. And I take them out and they're like little half boats. Done. So easy. You try that in the smoker.
Yeah, that's what they say, Sean. But I don't know that any of that is accurate.
Have you tried?
Uh, no, because I can usually just say the right thing. Hey, what's up, Janet? Long time no see. I can usually just say the right prayer, and they get to stepping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anytime I've ever thought that something weird and unnatural was happening, I didn't need like a device or a crystal or freaking powder, or, you know, something like that. Maybe it was cause of too much powder. Just saying. Um,
Coach, that was
That
crap.
was just me at your window, man.
Oh God, I got new neighbors, and the girls tap on my windows and wave.
That's what's up. They're vampires.
yeah, I
I am so glad there's a single family moving in next door and not turn the damn thing into a apartment building. So happy. Now I just burn the apartment building on the other side to the ground.
the engines are almost done. Cold white in there, so I can do some source lighting in the exhaust ports. I think they're sufficiently still red, but crunched up and
There you go. That
and all
silver
four.
didn't work. So
Pardon?
that silver airbrush, the silver gunmetal that I was
Yeah.
already using as a base coat, it did not work. Makes it look like a little buffed, but I could do that with sealant. So
So you did gunmetal and then dry brush silver.
I gunmetaled it was a primer gray gunmetaled, and then I tried the German gray, which I didn't like, over top of it with trying to have all the edges as the gunmetal. It didn't work, so I went back over the gunmetal, then dry brush silver, and it just made it look like it was buffed in certain areas and not weathered. So I just kind of
You know what you might want to try is give the whole thing a black wash with a a army painter black wash, dark tone, or whatever, and then go back over with the silver dry brush.
I don't really do washes. But
Okay.
you know what? I do dips for fantasy figures to get the shadow effect on the cheap and easy and quick.
Uh,
I only do table ready, dude. I don't do high quality paints anymore. Um,
yeah, I'm about 60-40 there. Some things I'll do my absolute best. Other things, it's like especially terrain.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I started as a war game art. I just want table ready.
mhm.
I swear. The argument with the Napoleonics over the number of buttons on field infantry, it did it. That did
Yeah.
it. 15 mil doesn't need detail, you cocksuckers. Leave me alone. They couldn't face the Russian artillery anyway.
Well, this company called Splintered Light, or Rebel Miniatures, they make some really
Out of
nice,
Georgia.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
uh,
That's right
really
up the
nice.
road from me.
Really, well, tell him when you see him to freaking recast some of those superheroes and pulp heroes, because I ain't
Who
making an order until he does so. But when he does so, I'll send him a C note at least.
was
Um,
from Splintered Light is McBride.
okay,
Him is it, you're talking about Splinter Light or Rebel? I know he's friends with the dude from Rebel Miniatures.
I
They
thought they
got a
were the
lot of
same
the same
company.
stuff.
No, Rebel Miniatures is the one I really need stuff from. Little
Okay.
zombies and little pulp guys and little troopers and stuff like that. Uh, they're both companies. Their miniatures are freaking. I believe they're 15 mil.
10 mil,
and
some of them. I've got some of their 10 mil stuff.
and there's a lot of freaking detail that can be picked out real easily or hit, through dry brushing. And me and a friend of mine, we have James L. Freaking love that stuff when it comes to large formations or war games or anything like that. It's around that area that I'm like, I'm not doing 28 millimeter war games. I'm not doing 6 mil, except maybe Epic, maybe someday. If I'm going to do anything, it's going to be in around the 15 millimeter range.
28 mil is good for skirmish. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of our local Civil War guys, they went from 15 mil to 28. Not sure how I feel about that, but they were doing small, from doing brigade fights to smaller. So, I only play BattleTech now. I ain't got time for other stuff.
The last war game I played was Ogre with Jackie.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind playing Micro Armor again. I really had fun playing Micro Armor.
I've got some micro armor pieces here and there. The likelihood that I'll get to play a war game in the next 6 months to a year is pretty unlikely, unless James L is supposed to be getting a couple of cameras together so that he can on his channel that doesn't exist yet, offer to play games with people across the internet, war games where he'll set up the table with the pieces and you just move your shit, or he'll move the stuff for you.
You didn't want to use any of the software that lets you make custom units, custom battlefields?
I think he wants to actually use the miniatures and things that he has.
Okay.
If that makes any sense. Because I know there's a lot of like platforms where you can do that sort of thing in virtual tabletops and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Game table.
To me, that just seems more like just playing an online game. That might or might not be a real person. What he's doing
Through the internet, it is still an online game.
Yeah. But I mean, where you're actually talking to a real person, in real time.
Yeah, I mean, most of those VTTs, you can have the chat option. We're talking this doubles.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
And Owlbear is free. You can do anything with Owlbear.
I take up on there a couple times and no one seemed interested to play. So I was like, I stopped bothering with it. I hate putting all that work in and just sitting there waiting for people to show up and twiddle my fucking thumbs. Pisses me off. Now, when I say, guys, come over on Saturday, I'll cook, then bam, people playing. So,
Well, shit, you know people are going to show up for something like that.
yeah.
I mean, that's like a no-brainer,
Yeah, I want to play with. He used to be a manager at Texas Roadhouse. He loves to cook, so he usually cooks at Joe's and be down there. D&D.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed. I may, if you get an opening later in the year. Excuse me. I was playing with Bloodworth and Timmy and
On Tuesday.
On Tuesday night. And he's getting ready to close the game up in like September, and I'm like, dude, we signed up. We had this talk. We want to play, like a long campaign. We want to, maybe actually, get to 9th or 10th freaking level for a change.
I think Dragon Slayer is too much like AD&D to generate content, and who talk about their games a lot, who have large audiences, want more content. It's not, and it helps drive content. But how long has he run him over a year?
It's been a couple of years since he's done that. It's usually like a 6 month thing to
which I call mini campaigns. Like we're going to do this series of modules and we're done. With a lot of the mega dungeons that Gillespie does, you can't do that because they're like 3-year investments. They're just ridiculous. I'm only running one night a week now, and I got 10 players. But you're more than welcome to make 11.
What night do you play?
Monday.
I'm not making any plans till Jackie graduates.
I combined both my groups, which was my long-term plan.
Mhm.
Monday group, the Monday Highfield group, and the Thursday Barrel Mason. You're gonna get merged together and do my version of Giants. I'm just too stretched, so I just crammed it all into one day. The Thursday was hit or miss anyway, so I got 10 people.
Thursday is the you know it, dude. Thursday is just a no fly zone for online or any other kind of role playing games or anything like that. It's like
There's a guy, my Dragon Slayer Facebook group, who's doing a Tuesday Thursday open table that I thought about jumping into. The second,
mhm.
and I'm like, okay, I'll just think about it
Thursday's
later.
no go for women. I don't know what it is. Maybe there's something on TV they're not telling us they want us to watch, or it's so close to the weekend that they're like,
I
oh,
believe
like hell if you're stretching your weekend off the
I think
starting your weekend on Thursday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is don't do anything day. I think because my wife does her laundry for work for the week and her stuff she wants to do on Sundays, and after church she does that. Go to some play. Which now I gotta figure out how I'm getting down there because I can't drive. I'll catch you.
Mhm. Take care, Cold Iron. If you're coming back, cool. But I'm going to shut the show down. It's top of the hour. I got stuff I got to do. Yeah, I just every game I've ever tried to run on Thursday has fallen through, and 9 times out of 10, it's
On Thursday, it's still chugging along. That's the one I dropped out of. Had a I couldn't stand one of the guys I was playing with. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm out."
what I always hear is the wife doesn't want me playing on Thursday night.
Well, I have an
And
attendance for Thursdays for my guys. It was just not working, and I just gave up on it. And now I'm just running one day, playing one day, which means I'll probably pick up 1 or 2 different days to play. That one guy, I think he starts a little later in the evening, and I've been really myself, so been trying to 2 hours at a time till like yesterday. Last night was the first night decent surgery.
no worries, man.
It is what it is.
No, I was talking Cold Iron. He said my internet blinked. My bad. No worries. Um, I was up to something every night except Wednesday, and sometimes 2 or 3 games or streams or whatever
Yeah.
on the weekends. And now I'm down to like half that or less, and I'm just going to keep that until Jackie graduates this month, and then we'll see what he's going to do when summer's over. I know he's going to take like a month or 2 off and do, dick all,
Right.
like nothing, and that's his prerogative. He turns 18 in a couple of months, and like Bloodworth's like already planning for September's 6-month game, and I'm like, dude, I can't plan that far ahead, just. It, just can't do it. And uh, if it's just going to be another 6 month, and then you're going to drop it to start out something new, there's no chance of what I'm going to run another thief or assassin, maybe get to 5th level, and that's it. That's literally pulling the rug out from under where I want to go in and play. I want to play a 9th or a 10th level thief or fighter or wizard or some shit, domain play or building a castle or any of those cool ass things that literally nobody seems to be able to run.
My guys just built a lodge, so they're happy about having the lodge and stuff. I got extras in that same zone. They got 2 options. We'll see what we do. I don't mind going the long length. Problem is, you get to domain level with X amount of players, and it does become kind of a pain in the ass because no one's unified. Once you're name level, you don't have to be unified on group action. So people start branching off.
Right, but if you kind of make it a stipulations like, okay, look, uh, your domain play is going to all be in the same freaking domain. You're gonna, your fighter, your paladin, your ranger is going to be the king. You're going to have the priest. You're going to have the wizard. You're going to have the thief, and you all are going to build up your own perspective little chunks. But because it's the Middle Ages, only one of you guys gets to be at the top, and it's always the freaking fighter.
Yeah, most players aren't interested in doing. Aren't interested in having henchmen, or henchmen and hireling are red shirts for me to be sacrificed as easily and quickly as possible, so I don't have to pay them and figure out how to hire anybody. No one follows them. The death. You're the fucking harbinger of death at the hirelings guild, dude. They just go, no, I don't want to go with that guy.
Right? And this coming from people who normally we would consider good people, good guys, but once they get in the game, they're like, these people are pawns, minions, and they don't even they're not even real people, or they're,
It's a
and I'm just like, how can you think like that? I mean, unless you're not really role playing and you're just adventure gaming or war gaming.
It's a game.
Like,
it's a game. Not everybody's going to go into the, I'd assume, the persona of Chadwick the Chad Paladin. I have a group I play with on Sundays, dude, and I cross the table, tell our Paladin, I don't know how you're a Paladin. And I look at our DM. I'm like, I don't know how he's a Paladin. How come we don't have
I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. In Bloodworth game, me and another guy were like, we got the Paladin basically to quit, I guess, because he was so used to not being questioned about killing the bad guys and taking their stuff and keeping it, even though the bad guys were grave robbers and just robbed the grave of whoever. And shouldn't we be trying to return that stuff to the rightful owner? Oh, it's ours now. We got it as spoils.
Yeah,
well, how are we any different than the grave robbers?
The neutral good guys like that too. They're all just they're neutral greedy. I say you're neutral good, all right. NG neutral greedy. And the Paladin, he's a video game guy. At their core, they're not role players. They're tabletop.
Yeah.
Which I knew that walking into the table, but I'm going to make everybody uncomfortable and crack jokes. I thought it was funny.
Same here. And, if at session 0 or pre startup, we all agree on X is the play style and etc. Cool, but don't freaking bait and switch me, or tell me you got a bunch of great role players that are joining you and they don't want to role play at all. Well, then I feel misled.
Dungeon guy, I enjoy that kind of.
Sure.
A lot of stuff we're just shooting the shit for 4 hours. I can't do it anymore. I don't have, my time's too short.
That's exactly it, though. Online, you're only going to get 2 or 3 hours at a clip, anyways.
Yeah, we play so on Sundays, 3 to no, we're down to 6, 9:30 or so.
Online?
No, person 3 to 9, so 6 hours. We don't do 8 or 9 anymore.
No, online.
3-hour sessions, dude.
Yeah, I can't do or be in anything more than 3 hours average is about all I can get away with with my own limitations and things like that, and other people.
with people in your time zone or later, I could probably get away with 5 hours. But that means me staying up later.
Mhm.
And I'm like, nah, I'm going to sleep.
Right. I usually got, either early wake up, for getting Jackie to school and making sure everything's, up and running. Or, other people having to, it's midnight where they are, they're going to bed, So like 8 o'clock, in some situations is, 8 o'clock my time is midnight for them. So that's that, it's the game.
I
They're
can't do much on the we tried Saturday. I just saw where the city's getting ready to buy a property 2 blocks from my house to redo the whole thing and make it a farmer's market. And I'm like stoked. At the 2 block walk.
Yeah, we've got one about yeah, maybe a little further than 2 blocks, maybe like 3 blocks. We've never been there. Been here
Yeah,
15 years. Never been there. It's definitely something we're going to check out this summer.
yeah. We typically
Uh,
drive because I got multiples with my area. So I can go to Ironton, I can go to Greenup, I go out to Boyd County, or I can go to the park down the street where they currently have it for Ashland. If they put it down here, that's still going to be in 15 minutes of my house. So we border a lot of farm country. So farmers markets are all around me. I need to start going out to the one out in Grayson. I know the Mennonites and the Amish go to that one. Why have I not been going to that one? I need to go out there anyway. I need more Lebanon bologna. Some Lebanon bologna.
all right, man. I'm going to hit the road. It was good hanging out with you. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Feeling hella better, dude. I'm gonna take a nap. I'm
All
gonna
right,
be.
man. Give me a call or come back on whenever you like. Give the fam a hug for me, all right?
I'll talk to you later.
Take care, guys. Everybody else out there, thanks for hanging out, playing along. I will see you guys bright and squirrely tomorrow. We'll do it all over again.